In this video, I want to tell you about a indie-hacked little side project website of mine that's been growing very fast recently just through free SEO, but through a very specific type of SEO. We'll also discuss what actually makes for good search engine optimization or SEO if you're just starting out in this world. And for a disclaimer, I have no products of my own to sell you, no courses, no videos, no nothing. And just so you know that there's no BS here off the bat, I'm going to log into my Google Search Console right now. I'll go to the most recent date and reload the page. And keep in mind that this site was getting zero traffic 2 weeks ago. And with that said, let's get into the video. And we are closing in on 500,000 subscribers. So if you are new here, my name is John Law. We cover everything business, personal finance, and entrepreneurship. So just go down there right now and hit that subscribe button. Now we're going to talk a lot in this video about SEO and especially free SEO as a tool to get more eyes on your business or your personal brand. Now, another great way to reach more people and get exposure for your projects is through major media outlets. So just think Business Insider, Yahoo Finance, SMN, and the like. And that's why I want to mention Brand Push as an accessory and a tool so that you can get your SEO-friendly articles, just like we'll talk about in this video, on those major media outlets. They are a digital marketing agency that creates and publishes content and articles for you on tier 1 media outlets. Now that's going to help you across the board, not just rank higher on Google and improve your SEO, but also drive more qualified buyers to your business, get verified on social media platforms, and increase conversions on your pre-existing website or content. And that function there is the social proof and trust that they are so good at building for their clients. You can check out their client testimonials and reviews at brandpush.co and get started with scaling your exposure and your social proof and your SEO today. Again, that's www.brandpush.co. And with that said, let's see exactly how this story started. So you may have heard of this French guy named Mark Lau or Mark Lou. Mark, I apologize if I get your name wrong there. And he's part of this group that called themselves indie hackers that were popularized by this guy named like levels.io or something. You may have seen his podcast recently on Lex Fridman. And what they do is just build very kind of micro use case, small scale, but very efficient and useful at the end of the day, kind of SaaS apps or websites or businesses. Now I saw a tweet from him a few months ago that referenced an article on his website about programmatic SEO. It was interesting. I was just interested in the title, so I went to the website to just read all about it. And that article explores a type of SEO based around a specific keyword or set of keywords and an associated kind of skeleton data structure for your pages. And what that lets you do is get ranked very, very fast and also start to actually get traffic very fast to reach new people. And also if you're selling something through your business, to drive more buyers to your website. Because oftentimes it is hard to get ranked and to get a good domain authority and just really get traffic, especially nowadays and especially in this world of kind of AI traffic and however that may impact, Google search and the status quo there. So after I read that, I was inspired and I started thinking about a few different ways that I could kind of take that and make it my own. And in the spirit of indie hacking, my approach was I want to spend the least amount of money, relatively little time, and not actually have to do a ridiculous amount of coding myself and just get something out there, see if it works, and then move on if it doesn't. Keep in mind, this has nothing to do with my equivalent of a day job or with YouTube or writing or what I actually do. What this really is, for me at least, is an experiment to see, hey, does this approach work? And then let me apply that to where I'm actually gonna make the most amount of money or where it's gonna make the most amount of impact across what I do. And you may be in a similar situation with your own business and wanting to grow it through SEO, or maybe you wanna think about SEO in terms of something that you could start, right? A website, an app, just whatever that may be. Now, before I tell you what happened next, which is a crazy story, I want to just touch on good SEO for a moment and what generally that means, right? What the status quo is and what is going to make a website rank on Google, Bing, Yahoo, just all the search engines. Also, these Trader Joe's crackers are kind of amazing. Okay, so here's your 2-minute super quick SEO rundown on what exactly good SEO is or means and how to do it yourself, right? So SEO, literally SEO, stands for search engine optimization. It really means how do you make search engines or browsers happy so that they like your content and they show people your content, right? Search engines are really the arbiters of information today. They're the front doors to the internet. And if you can capture that, if you can make those search engines happy, there's a nearly infinite amount of people, right? Billions of people, but trillions plus of impressions that could see your content completely for free. That's obviously very appealing and very valuable, which means that it's fundamentally difficult to get because you are competing against everyone. You're competing against every single website that could rank for the keywords that you want to rank in, and that is showing content related to the content on your website. And at the end of the day, what really matters, and I'll get into some more specifics later, and this may sound just like, obvious, right? But the quality of the content at the end of the day is all that matters. You can try and game it all you want. You can try and keyword stack or do any number of technical things, and it won't matter long term if people don't want to go to your page and want to stay on your page because you actually deliver what you say you'll deliver. So in that sense, the engagement and what people do on your page is a critical insight there for Google and for these other search engines. And that is at the end of the day what you want to focus on. There's a really good story about NerdWallet, the company. They're a multi-billion-dollar or at least multi-nine-figure business now, and they all started completely through just SEO. They just had guys sitting down writing articles about economics and credit cards and personal finance, and they looked like this, right, for years. But their content was amazing, right? And then the Google algorithm changed and updated, and their traffic goes like this, and then they're here again. And it's the best content out there. People are searching for best credit cards to get, right? Ultimately, they're going to spend a lot longer on that page, right? So long term, what happened is NerdWallet just goes like this, and they make literally hundreds of millions of dollars as a media business just through, or largely through at least SEO. So long term, you win by people engaging with your content and by actually being the best search response compared to a lot of others. Now, to get into specifics, we have to think about a few things here. The first of those is keywords, right? So keywords are essentially the content on the page. So the title of the page, the subtitle, the content itself. And that's what Google's going to look at to say, well, what is this page about? And then your keywords are going to get matched to searches. So if people are searching for a specific set of words or keywords in of themselves, right, then Google's going to say, well, what page has keywords that are associated with said search? And then do I trust this website, right? Do people actually engage with that content? Do they stick around? Is the domain authority here, quote unquote, high? And domain authority, you'll see that referred to as DA, is essentially just the trust score. It's like your credit score for your website. If your domain authority is really high, you're going to rank for everything. If your domain authority is really low, it's a lot harder to rank off the bat. So what that means is you want keywords that accurately reflect the content of your page. You don't want to stack keywords. Again, a lot of people are going to say that. Long term, it's really not going to do much. You want keywords where if people search for those keywords, then they will go and they will maximally engage with your page. So no matter how niche it is, no matter what it is you're saying, the search, that what people are searching for has to line up with keywords on the page so that Google even connects the two or any other search engine, and then people have to actually engage with, which fundamentally means that the contents of the page have to relate to the keywords. Now in turn there, you want a good page structure. It depends on the website, builder that you're using, but you do want a very clear cut and especially a searchable title, and then also just, for example, an H1, H2, H3, and then kind of body text tags. Now, the next big element here is backlinks, and linking is kind of the big other element of SEO here. So let's write that down. So there are a few types of links, right? There are links in your website that relate to other pages on the website. So let's say I have the homepage of my website. So that's just this big homepage. And then I have a services page. And then under my services page, I have service 1, I have service 2, and I have service 3. Well, this right here is a hierarchy, right? It's, well, what's important on my website? So for example, if every S1 page, or S1, S2, S3 links to my services page, and then my service page links back to my homepage, that's a rough hierarchy for the website, which matters to Google. Now, those are links that are internal links, or linking to other pages on your website. The other type of link is the external link. And what that's going to be, or the backlink essentially, is linking to external websites. And this really matters for Google and for other search engines. So and this is their logic, if 100,000 high authority websites that we trust link back to this website, then we should trust this website. And if not a single other website references this website or links to it, then we probably shouldn't trust that website as much. So what that means is, and you really want to focus on this if you have any kind of website, is how many websites link back to yours? And also, in turn, are you linking to other websites, and are your internal pages linking to other internal pages? Again, this is a super quick rundown, but essentially just you want a lot of links and you want people to link to you. It's also a very hard thing to gain, right? You're going to see on Fiverr pay $50 and you get a domain authority score of 70. It does not actually work like that, or at least it's not that easy in practicality. So in sum, the content itself is key. People have to engage with it. So the amount of time they spend on the page, what they do on the page, how often they come back. And then beyond that, you should just focus on keywords. So what's being said on your page, how you're formatting that, and then backlinks. And then beyond that, we're going to get into, again, the whole notion of programmatic SEO, which is a fantastic addition to all of this, and you'll also see exactly how that plays in. Now, the last note I want to make here is just the technical side of it, and that this should be reasonably obvious, but if your website is broken, if people can't click on things, if the load time is ridiculous, Google's not going to like that. So that's the absolute base layer of the website has to function and be easy to engage with UI UX wise. So we're back, and now I want to apply those general SEO benchmarks and that approach to specifically this programmatic SEO strategy. And what the programmatic word really means is that you're not going out and building 10,000 pages yourself that are unique. You're building a data structure and a template, and then you're merging those to get 10,000 pages. And the way I think about this is, or the question I would pose is, what kind of data out there that's publicly available, or if you can buy it for cheap, that people want to see that you can bundle or make accessible in a better way? There's a lot of different takes on how exactly to do that, but what I was thinking about is company revenue information, because that's a fun thing, right? If you could search how much revenue does, X, Y, and Z do in revenue, or just how much revenue do companies in my city do. So the data I needed was company revenue information, so their annual revenue, the company name, and then I wanted more content than just that, so I can really fill out the page with organic content. So I'll need a few other data points, right? I need company description, the year they were founded, the amount of employees they have, the industry. And I can get all of that data that's reasonably accurate in bulk for relatively cheap. So on the screen right now, I'm going to show you a spreadsheet where I have 50,000 or so records that are the company revenue, the company itself, and then these other data points. So I have 50,000 rows that could be 50,000 pages, but I don't want to go out and actually build 50,000 pages, right? That would take forever. So instead, and this is where the programmatic comes in, I'm going to build, and this is exactly what I did, one page template that looks very nice, that references different data elements so that the pages build themselves, right? You can code this yourself if you want. You can also do it through free tools like Bubble. And just so you can see what I'm talking about here, I will reference the Bubble version of doing this. So you can see my page right here. Each element on the page isn't hard-coded onto that page like you would see oftentimes on WordPress or whatnot. Instead, nearly every single element on the page references a certain data type or a data field, and then all I have to do is upload the data, and then those URLs are live. And since it's all based around the structure, kind of the slug structure, or the URL structure of the page, then I now have 50,000 live URLs. But again, the core question here is, well, is this actually good content and do people want to engage with it? That's what SEO comes down to. And what I think is so nice about this is that if you have one template that you know is nice, or one data structure that you know works, that people engage with. So in my case, that would be people want to go to this website and they like how this page looks and they want to just, for example, see how much revenue J&J does. If that works, if that idea works and it's so easy and quick to validate this, then because it's a data problem, like data is the bottleneck, not anything else, then you can scale it to the moon. Like you can have 100,000, you can have 1 million, you can have 10 million pages. And the next question is, well, is Google going to rank that? And assuming we're taking as a premise that people engage with the page, the only reason they wouldn't, or Google wouldn't engage or rank that content is because they say, hey, we don't think this is hard-coded into the page, we think this is programmatic SEO, and then maybe they'd kill it. But that's what's crazy, that didn't happen. So now again, I'm gonna log back into my Google Search Console where we can see the traffic just on Google for this website. And again, there was no domain authority, no ranking, no nothing on this just a few weeks ago. So you can see here on October 19th, that's when the first impression started to come through, and then it immediately started to rank and actually rank well for very niche keywords relating to specific companies that were in that kind of directory. And then that continues, and I'm uploading, more pages throughout this process as well. And then just look what happened here, right? November 7th, we're at 800 impressions. And then that's just vertical. And then by November 11th, we're at 5,500 impressions and 100 plus clicks a day, which is already decent volume considering, again, that's free, right? That is earned media. And then it's going down a little here as Google is kind of figuring it out. And then November 16th, 67 clicks, 4,000 impressions, and then it just goes vertical again. And now if we look at, again, the most recent date, so currently November 19th, we have over 200 clicks and 13,000 impressions for the day. So the website is starting to get more backlinks and just get more embedded in the system and get a higher domain authority, and it's getting a lot of traffic already. And then the next question is, well, how do I monetize that traffic? And that's an entirely different question. I think I'll start putting some ads on the site. But what I wanted to focus on in this video is just, hey, you can go in less than 30 days from 0 to hundreds of clicks, tens of thousands of impressions per day using this kind of programmatic SEO strategy. I haven't heard about it a lot from anyone else, so that's why I wanted to focus on it for a few minutes in this video. And I'll post updates on the website and how it's doing just in the community feed of the channel. So again, make sure to subscribe so we can hit 500,000 subscribers and so you can see those updates as far as the growth of the website goes. This is just a side project for me, so I will be entirely transparent. If it doesn't work and it crashes in 2 weeks, I think you'd want to know that. And then also if we just keep going vertical from here on out, especially as I upload more pages, I want you to be a part of that too, so that you can have your own programmatic SEO idea and go and ship it. Just get it out there. Also, thank you to Mark for that article. I will put a link to that in the description if you want to get a more in-depth view on how to build out a website of this type using code. Alternatively, again, you can use kind of no-code builders like Bubble. And again, if you want to add even more gas to the fire of your SEO and social proof and conversions, then make sure to check out Brand Push at brandpush.co to get on those tier 1 media outlets. That's it, and talk soon.